Hello, and welcome to MiniMuse's first ever development log. My name is Angel, and today I will be taking you through some exciting updates on the game's progress. If you've been keeping an eye on our social media, you'll already know that we have a lot to cover today, so let's jump right in. Welcome to the customization page, the place where you'll spend most of your time in MiniMuse, creating the character of your dreams. For today's demo, we will be joined by our mascot, Misha. Over the past month, we've made huge improvements to both the customization systems and to the UI, so let me show you around. MiniMuse works on an asset box system. Every part of your muse is tied to these boxes, and you can add or remove as many as you'd like, giving you complete control over your character's appearance. Maybe a little too much control. Not happy with where an accessory is placed? In the adjustment menu, you can rotate, scale, drag, skew, or flip almost any asset in the game. This applies to nearly everything, with the exception of the base shirt and pants. Your muse needs those. The same level of control applies to color customization. Inside the color menu, there are 3 subcategories: color picker, color palette, and saved colors. The color picker is designed for precise color selection. Here you can adjust the color's exact hue, saturation, value, and alpha. Once you've created the perfect color, you can then save it for later use, or delete it if you change your mind. If finding the exact color is difficult, you can also use the eyedropper tool or directly input a hex code. The color palette menu contains a huge selection of pre-made colors to help get you started. Each palette ranges from light to dark shades and can be further edited in the color picker. You can even input a hex code to automatically generate an entire matching palette. And finally, with your saved colors, you can create fully custom palettes of your own. Add your chosen colors, name the palette, save it, and it'll appear in the Select Palette submenu, ready to use whenever you want. Now that Misha has a fresh new look, I think she could use a new pose too. The pose menu is divided into 3 categories: static, animated, and custom. The static and animated menus currently contain a smaller selection of pre-made poses, but the full release will have many more options. The most exciting feature, however, is the custom pose menu. Here you can create completely original poses by selecting individual limbs and rotating them however you like. Once you're finished, simply save the pose, and it'll appear in your custom pose slots for future use. As of May 2026, we are currently 60% finished with the customization system. The remaining features include the import system, a preset menu, and a profile. In our next devlog, we will be taking a closer look at all 3, and by July, these features are planned to be complete and ready for public release. One of the questions we get asked the most is whether any features will be locked behind a paywall, and I am proud to say, absolutely not. When MiniMuse launches, every asset and every feature will be completely free. MiniMuse is for everyone. And that concludes the gameplay portion of today's devlog. If you have any suggestions or feedback, join our Discord and let us know. Your feedback directly impacts our development. Now, let's move on to our asset showcase, featuring some of the wonderful assets created for MiniMuse. Links to the artists' social medias will be in the description below, so make sure to show them some support. These assets will also be uploaded to the official MiniMuse Instagram page, so be sure to check them out there as well. Noticed something during that showcase. The music! That's right. MiniMuse now has an official soundtrack in production, and the track you just heard is one of the upcoming songs. The soundtrack is being composed by an incredibly talented friend of mine, whose social media links will also be included in the description below. On to one of the most exciting topics: the upcoming playable release. Before we officially launch MiniMuse, we want to invite members of the community to help us test out the game. More information on how to participate will be released in June, but currently, if all things go to schedule, the alpha is planned for release sometime June or July. We're incredibly excited to finally get MiniMuse into the players' hands and to hear your feedback. We also want to introduce the upcoming MiniMuse Content Creator Program. This program is designed for creators of all sizes who want to make content around the game and help grow our community. When the alpha releases, selected creators will have opportunities to showcase MiniMuse through videos, streams, artwork, and more. As a special bonus, participating creators will have their own characters added into the game as official presets, alongside many other perks. The Content Creator Program is currently planned to launch in late June, so keep an eye out for more details soon. And that wraps up MiniMuse's first ever development log. Thank you all so much for your continued support. Seeing your enthusiasm for the project genuinely motivates us every day, and we cannot wait to show you what's coming next. Be sure to follow our social media for future updates, join a Discord community if you haven't already, and stay tuned for our next devlog. Until next time, thank you for watching!